live and in person. My mom is visiting us today, and here, turn this way a little bit because we don't have the window glare behind it. Okay, so this is a super fun edition. We get to, that light's really weird with the light this way. Let's turn this way. We're playing with the sun here, the light outside.
It's an amazing day in northern Minnesota. It's 55 degrees and sunny, very windy though, so we have to get in a place where the wind won't be so noisy you can't hear us.
Right, so it's been really fun, and I have to tell you first, when we picked my mom up at the airport, she had been, let's see, it was like noon our time, which is Central Time, and she's in Eastern Time Zone, and she got on a plane at 5 o'clock, so drove for 2 hours before that, and got on a plane at 5 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 4 a.m. here, and had been driving since like 2 a.m. here.
It took 3 airplanes.
Got on 3 airplanes and got off and was not sore. And so that is a huge shift, and it was a testament to all of these little things that she does all the time. And so today, she's, this trip she's been able to play even more with Sage and Allie and been able to run around and do all the things. So today, she wants to talk to you a little bit. What do you want to talk about, Mom?
Well,
first, let's talk about movement moments, because this is something, if you're watching for the first time, welcome. And if you have not heard about movement moments, you definitely need to check it out. We have all of the past episodes every week. But what is it that movement moments are?
Well, as I got older and got issues, as we all do, and they got, they weren't going away. And then I've always been interested in movement and did yoga and all sorts of things. And I studied some different movement folks who had different strategies, and so I came up with my own selection, so a curated selection of different movements that you can fit into your day and keep yourself moving, because I realize how important it is. We're so sedentary that the reason people, as they get older, can do less is because they do less. And so conversely, if you want to do more, you have to move more. And so that's what I've been working on, ways to move more without having to go to a gym or without having to have a movement practice, but where you can fit them in throughout your day. So that's where the moments comes in.
And it's really handy, you guys, because we're all busy, right? And we all say, oh, I don't get to the gym, or I don't have time to exercise. But anytime you're doing anything, as long as you become aware of how your body moves, you can make it an exercise. So today, we were talking about the fact that my mom, hey Maxine, nice to see you. We're live. It's
Hi,
beautiful.
Maxine.
So you had a revelation while you were watching the kids play.
No, yesterday I took a long walk with Sage and her friend Allie, and we were walking in the pasture. They were showing me this place where they made a fort, and we're climbing up and down and everything. And I watched them going, and they were going from here to there, and I realized that they were taking the longest way they could possibly do it. Like they were climbing over things.
Kind of like what dogs do, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, they were basically
zigzag.
exploring. Whereas with me, I'm going and I'm just taking the shortest possible distance to get to the same place. And I realized that when we're young, we just love to move. And so what they were doing is they were moving because they love to move. They wanted to climb more. They wanted, this is a great place to go. And that's a great place. Where we have been over the years, we were so sedentary that we don't think about it. So all we really think about is we have to get from here to there. And so I'm thinking, well, how can I change my MO sort of and try to be more like a kid? Because if I'm more like a kid when I move, then maybe I can move more like a kid, right?
Right, that's true. So we were outside.
At the opposite. Excuse me. I was looking at, Sage has her barrel race thing here that she's got set up on the front lawn, and she's got all these obstacles. And I was figuring, not all of you live in the country where you can have obstacles anywhere you look, but even so, I have found if you're in a parking lot, or if you're just walking in a neighborhood, or even inside a building or going upstairs, if you put your mind to it, you could find ways that you can walk over things or walk under things or take an extra step around and sort of jump over the edge or, vault over something. And you might not be able to do it when you start, but the idea is that it gives you that opportunity to do it. And excuse me, start thinking about how much fun it is just to move your body, because that's what your body wants to do.
Right. So
anyway, so we thought we'd give a little.
We thought we'd give a demonstration.
We were going to get the kid with us, but she's busy fishing in the mud puddle.
Yeah, currently, Sage, this is a fun piece of the live. She's out there in that mud puddle. You gonna wave, Sage? Wave from your boat. She's waving. I don't think I can zoom this in. but the snowbanks are melting, and she's fishing in the mud puddle in her rowboat. So that's another way to move. That's pretty fun. But let's turn this back around. And so what are you thinking?
Oh, I don't know. You just walk around like here. You walk,
okay, so we.
If I wanted to go over to see Sage,
Right.
I walk over here, but instead of just walking over, maybe I'll walk over this, or I'll even try to jump over this. Not very gracefully, but, and there was even ice, but what the heck. Or she's got, you know, she's got her little thing, and you know, it's wonderful for your balance to have to move to small places. I was watching the kids do it when they were walking, and I realized that I didn't have a lot of confidence as I was going up. That when I put my foot there, that I would actually land where I want. I didn't have anything to hold on to. Where they're just going. So the more you do this, even just walking like over back and forth over something on the ground,
That's really
improving your balance. I mean, it's different than just, well, I'm just going somewhere. And it's a different mindset, but it doesn't cost any time. That's the whole thing.
right. You guys, it's a little windy out here, but it's 56 degrees and gorgeous. So we had to.
Because when I get windy, I get cold anyway.
We had to be out though. We had to be outside. And what about my mom's awesome pink boots? I'm a little bit jealous.
Look at them.
Oh, we'll fix it. But I'm a little jealous. We need to. I need to find them. Right. Exactly.
So anyway, look at this. This is another really good thing to do. You don't have to walk a tightrope or a log that's above the ground. You can just do it on the ground, and it's harder than you think. You find a little thing like this, and you balance on it. And I do this when I visit my other grandchildren. They're in a suburban neighborhood, and they have this little raised thing in their next door neighbor. That's a little wall, and we just walk over it, and I'm getting better at it. So if you walk, you know, you have to balance, and that's a little off the ground. So you'd be surprised how many places you can find opportunities to do this. Here's the edge of the thing. If you want to get up here, go from a distance instead of walking all the way up. Or if there are steps, don't take the steps, take 2 steps at a time. The other thing that's really good.
And if your balance is off, you can always hold on as you come up, right?
The other thing that's really good is this is an amazing amount of practice. Down and then back up. It looks easy, but you'll find that you don't do that often. Go backwards and forwards, and everybody can find a step to do that. This is a relatively high step, even a lower one. And if this is hard for you to do, then obviously you take it down a notch, and you find an easy way to do that kind of thing. Let's see what else we have. Standing on one foot on an uneven surface is tricky.
Yay! On the rock. I love it. I need to do that one more. And then more
this is
flat.
a flatter one. So if you pick a flatter one, it looks easy, but the longer you stand, and then maybe you try to remember to push down and lift up and don't stand over like this. You push down and then you try to start moving your feet around. And all of this, and you might have, you know, and it doesn't matter how many times you have to put your foot down. Just
Right.
do it and you get better at it. So, and with Sage, she makes up these stories and she wants me to pretend that she's a horse and I'm somebody else. And while I'm standing there watching her and she's running around like crazy, you can do your little extra thing, balancing or kicking out or whatever. And then, of course, my little hand thing and everything. So basically, it's really an approach as much as anything else.
Should we go back up out of the wind?
Yeah, let's go in the shade.
We're going to go up out of the wind. Hopefully, if you're watching, can you hear us with the wind? It's such a beautiful day, but springtime, the wind's drying it all out. I'll turn this back around and we can do from here, out of the wind. So we're a little more sheltered. But how many of you have grandkids? How many of you have kids you're watching, or even pets, like fur baby kids? And so if you're out doing stuff with them, you're always going to find, even if it's in a park, even if it's, you know, up and down the stairs somewhere.
Yeah, they go in a building, especially the younger they are, the less they've sat in front of a TV or played video games or anything. Everything is an adventure, so they want to walk into corners, and they want to go all around different places where you wouldn't go. Crawling under behind spaces is a great one. Or going under something is really good. If you have, like, they want to go down and you want to get down under the bench, you go down as far as you can. All of that is the kind of movement that our body is made to do and that we don't do.
Right.
And so it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's something you don't do all the time.
Yeah, something different. And I love that, you guys, because as parents, you know, I think, I don't know if it was like on America's Got Talent or what it was, but I saw somewhere, it was like dance, I don't know, I don't watch very much TV. We don't have a TV. But it was some Dancing with the Stars or dance show, and they had a group of toddlers.
Okay.
And the challenge was for all of the stars to follow the lead of the toddlers dancing. And it was like hilarious to watch, but really hard for the adults.
Oh, yeah.
Because these
They never
kids
stand still for a minute.
It's not even
Right.
standing still, but they just contort into all these
Right.
different things and fast, right? They're low to the ground or whatever.
That's a great
It
example.
was really neat to see, but the more they always want us to do it with them, right? So anyway, it's just fun to think about, and that was a really neat revelation. And I have to say, I'm really proud of my mom. She's been running and playing and taking walks and going. It's muddy, it's icy, and that hasn't slowed her down any. So
I love that it's warm, though. It's really warm. I could have been, this is northern Minnesota. We could have had below zero just as easily in March, right?
yeah, but we don't. It's so gorgeous. We're having a really nice, warm,
Right.
early spring. So, man, that light is bright. I
I
gotta
know.
turn. Here we go. We gotta find the right place because this said I'm not complaining. We're soaking it up. You guys, thanks so much. If you
Yeah,
know
let us
somebody
hear from you.
Yeah, if you know somebody that needs to hear this, feel free to share it. Feel free to tag them in it. And anytime you guys have questions or suggestions or things you want to see, or share your wins, right? If you've been doing this and you feel the improvement, let us know. Thank you all so much. Hope you have an amazing week. It's Sunday afternoon.
Bye.
Take care. We'll talk to you all next week.